Hello everyone, today our topic is how to generate transfer letter using Google Sheets and Google Docs. So here my objective is that whenever in my Google Sheet I'm going to put the details of the employee that has to get the transfer, then automatically by using Google Docs template I'm going to create a new transfer letter by filling all those details that I have in my Google Sheet. So after creating this transfer letter, I'm going to make that file shareable by using Google Drive. So for that I'm going to build a simple connection between Google Sheets, Google Docs and Google Drive. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. In Pabbly Connect, I have to use trigger and action. In trigger application, I'm going to use Google Sheets. In action application, first I'm going to use Google Docs and then I'm going to use Google Drive. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen. And today we are going to see that how we can automatically create transfer letter by using Google Sheets and Google Docs. So as an HR, I used to face this difficulty in manually creating transfer letter for my employees. First, I have to save the details in my Google Sheets. Then I used to create a template in Google Docs. Then I had to fill the details from my Google Sheets to Google Docs. Then I save it in my Google Drive. And that takes a lot of time. So after this, I started searching for a solution to do this automatically. And I got to know about Pabbly Connect. And by using Pabbly Connect, I can automate all my tasks, and that too without any coding and programming skills. And this also saves my time and energy. So my objective is that whenever I add details of an employee in my Google Sheet, then automatically a transfer letter should get created by using Google Docs template. And after creating my transfer letter, I'm automatically going to save this file in my Google Drive folder, and I'm going to make this file shareable. So for this, I have to build a simple connection between Google Sheets, Google Docs and Google Drive. So for this, I have to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com, and this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly, you can just sign up for free and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 of tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I have to click here on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect, and this will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here, this is the workflow section, and we can see all the workflows that we will create here. And this is the folder section. We can create new folder here, and we can save any workflow in any particular folder that we want. Now here, I want to create a new workflow. For that, I have to click here on this Create Workflow button, and this window will pop up. Here I have to name my workflow, so I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to generate transfer letter using Google Sheets and Google Docs. Now I'm going to select the folder where I want to save my workflow. So I'm going to open this tab and I want to save this workflow in this particular folder of transfer letter. So I'm going to select that and I'm going to click on create. And it will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow and action will just follow that. So we have to set up our trigger first, and here my trigger application is going to be Google Sheets. So I'm going to select Google Sheets here. Now I have to give a trigger event, and for that I have to open this tab. And in this, I have this option of new or updated spreadsheet row. So this is going to be my trigger event. So I'm going to select that. And now I have to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. And for that, I have to follow all this instruction. And first I have to copy this webhook URL. Now I will go to my Google Sheet. And here this is my Google Sheet and it is named as Transfer Employees. And in this, I have all the details of the employees that has been going to be transferred. So I have the current date, employee full name, employee email, phone number, reference number, employee ID, designation, current location in which that employee is working, date of transfer, transfer destination, reporting manager, sender name, and sender designation. So I have all these details in my Google Sheet. Now what I need to do is I need to connect these Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. For that, I have to go to extensions. And in this, we need this extensions of Pabbly Connect webhook. So if you don't have this extension, for that, you have to go to add-ons and you have to click on get add-ons. And it will take us to Google Workspace Marketplace. Here we have to search for our extension, which is Pabbly Connect webhook. So I'm going to open this and here we can see we have this extension. So I have already installed this. Now I'm going to close this. I will go back to extensions and I will go to Pabbly Connect webhook. And in this, I'm going to open initial setup. And in initial setup, I have these two options, webhook URL and trigger column. So first I'm going to paste that webhook URL that I have copied from Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste that here. And now I have to give a trigger column. So in my Google Sheet, I have column am, which is my last data entry column. So that is going to be my trigger column. So the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So my trigger column is column am. So I'm going to type that and I'm going to click on submit. And here we can see my setup is configured successfully. Now I'm going to close this. I will go back to extensions. I will go to Pabbly Connect webhooks and I'm going to enable this option of send on event. So by enabling this option, what is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to add a new row in my Google Sheet with the employee details, then automatically that row data will be sent to Pabbly Connect. We need to fill the details of the new employee that has to get transferred. So I'm going to fill those details here. First, I have to give the date. So my date will be March 1st, 2024. And now I have to give my employee full name. So I'm going to give any name here. So my employee name will be test user. I have to give the employee email. So my email will be testuser@pabblytudes.com. And I will give a random mobile number of my employee. So I'm going to type that. So this is my employee mobile number. Now I have to give a reference number. So my reference number will be 22. And I have to give an employee ID. So I'm going to type my employee ID here. So this is my employee ID. Now I have to select the designation of my employee. So I'm going to open this tab, and in this tab, you can add all the designations that your company have. So my employee was sales manager. So I'm going to select that designation. Now I have to give the current location of my employee. So I'm going to open this tab, and these are all the branches that I have for my company. So the current location of my employee was Delhi. And now I have to give the date of transfer. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to select my date here. So the date of transfer will be 14th of March 2024. So I'm going to select that. And now I have to give a transfer destination. For that, I have to open this tab and I have to select the transfer branch that this employee has going to be get transferred to. So I'm going to select the branch of Bangalore. I have these three other tabs. So first I have to select my reporting manager. For that, I have to open this tab. So my reporting manager is going to be test manager. So I'm going to select that. Now I have to select the sender name. So I'm going to open this tab. So in this, I'm going to select the name who is going to send this letter to my employee. So the name is going to be Gary Monroe. And now I have to give the sender designation. So I'm going to open this tab and my sender was HR. So I'm going to select the designation as HR. So here I have filled all the required details and I have filled my last data entry column, which is column am. Now what should happen is that this data of the employee should be sent automatically to Pabbly Connect. Now to check this, I will go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see I have received this response. So in the response, I have the trigger column, which is column am. I have the transfer destination, which is Bangalore. I have the spreadsheet name, which is transfer employee. And I have the sheet name, which is sheet 1. And in this, I have the sender name, which is Gary Monroe, sender designation, which is HR. I have the reporting manager, which is test manager. Reference number is 22. I have the employee mobile number. So this is the random mobile number. And I have the employee ID. I have the employee full name, which is test user. Employee email is testuser@pabblytudes.com. And I have the designation of my employee, which is sales manager. And the date of transfer is March 14, 2024. And the current date is March 1st, 2024. And the current location in which my employee is working is in Delhi. Now I got all these details. Now what I need to do is I need to use these details and I need to create a transfer letter by using the template that I have in Google Docs. So first, let me take you to my Google Docs. And this is the template that I have created. And in this template, I have all these variables. So in the place of these variables, I'm going to put the details that I have received from Google Sheet. So all the details of the employee are going to replace here in the place of employee. And automatically a new transfer letter is going to create for the employee whose details we have just filled in our Google Sheet. So we are going to use this template and the template name is transfer letter template. So now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And first we are going to set up our actions tab. So I'm going to open this tab and here my action application is going to be Google Docs. So I'm going to select Google Docs here and now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and create document from template will be my action event. So I'm going to select this. Now I have to connect Google Docs with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection and I will sign in with Google. And here I have to click on allow to give access to my account. So I'm going to click here on allow. And I have successfully connected Google Docs with Pabbly Connect. Now I have these three tabs. Now first I have to select my template. So for that I have to open this tab and in this tab you will find all the templates that you have created in your Google Docs account. So I'm going to use this template of transfer letter template. So I'm going to select that and here we can see all the details have changed according to my template. So I have to fill all these details to create a new transfer letter by using this template. First, I have to give my document's name. So in this, what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use my employee name, and after my employee name, I'm going to use transfer letter. So first I have to map my employee name, and I have my employee name in the response of Google Sheet where I have added all the details of the employee. So I'm going to use that detail and I'm going to map that here. So for that, I have to use mapping. So what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I have to click here. I will open the response of Google Sheets. And in this, I have to search for my employee name. So this is my employee name. So I'm going to map this. I will give a space. And here I'm going to add my document name with transfer letter. So this is going to be my document's name. And every time whenever I will fill new details of employee in my Google Sheet, then automatically that employee name is going to replace here. And I will get new document's name every time I'm going to create a new document. So my document name is going to be employee name transfer letter. Now I have to select the new document's location. So for that, I have to go to my Google Drive, and in this, I'm going to use this transfer letter folder. So I'm going to open this, and in this particular folder, I'm going to save my document. So I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect, and for selecting the new document's location, you have to open this tab and you will find all the folders that you have in your Google Drive account. So I'm going to use this transfer letter folder. So I'm going to select that. And now I have to give the reference number, date, employee name, designation, employee ID, current branch name, new branch name, effective date of transfer, manager's name, sender designation. So I have to fill all these details, and I have received all these details from my Google Sheet. So I'm going to map all these details here. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Sheets. And first I have to map my reference number. So I'm going to search for my reference number. So this is my reference number. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I need the current date. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Sheets. And I have received my current date. So my current date is March 1st, 2024. So I'm going to map that. Now I have to give the employee name. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Sheets. And this is my employee full name. So I'm going to map that. Now I need the employee designation. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Sheets. And the designation of my employee is sales manager. So I'm going to map that. Now I need the employee ID. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Sheets. And this is my employee ID, so I'm going to map that. Similarly, I need the current branch name and new branch name. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response. And first I'm going to map my current branch name. My current location was in Delhi. So this is my current branch. Now I have to map my new branch. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Sheets. And this is my transfer destination. So Bangalore is going to be my new branch name. So I'm going to map that. And now I have to give my effective date of transfer. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response, and in this response, I have this date of transfer, which is March 14, 2024. So I'm going to map this. Now I need the manager's name. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Sheets, and this is my reporting manager, which is test manager. So I'm going to map that. And now I need a sender name. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Sheets, and this is my sender name, which is Gary Monroe. So I'm going to map this. And now I have to give the designation of Gary Monroe. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Sheets, and the designation is of an HR. So I'm going to map this. And here I have filled all the required details. Now what I need to do is I need to click on Save and Send Test Request button. And here I have received this response. So this is a positive response. And in this, I have this document ID. So this means that I have created a new document automatically by using this action event. And now to check this document, I will go to my Google Drive where I have saved this document. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive. And this is my folder of transfer letter. And in this, we can see I have this new document, which is named as test user transfer letter. So this was the name of my document. So this was the name that I have used to create a new document. So the name is of my employee. And after that, I have transfer letter. So I'm going to open this transfer letter. And here we can see I have created this new transfer letter. So in this, I have this current date and the name of my employee, which is test user. And the designation is sales manager. And this is the employee ID. And we have the subject, which is notice of branch transfer. And in my letter, I have the name of my employee, which is test user. And this is my current branch, which is Delhi branch. And I have the transferred branch, which is Bangalore branch. And the date of transfer is March 14, 2024. And the reporting manager is test manager. And also I have the sender name, which is Gary Monroe, and the sender designation, which is HR. So I have filled all these details and I have this reference number. So I have used all these details from my Google Sheet and I have added all these details in my Google Documents template, and I have created this new transfer letter by using all those details of the employee. So whenever I'm adding a new details of the employee in my Google Sheets, then automatically I'm using those details to create a new transfer letter. Now I will go back to Pabbly Connect, and here I have created this new transfer letter. Now what I need to do is I need to make this transfer letter shareable. So for that, what I need to do is I need to set up one more Actions tab. So I'm going to click here on this Add Actions tab button. And for making this file shareable, I'm going to use Google Drive. So I'm going to select Google Drive here, and I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and in this I have this option of share a file with anyone. So I'm going to select this. And now I have to connect Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on Connect. Now I have to click on Add New Connection, and I will sign in with Google, and I have to click on Allow to give access to my account. So I'm going to do that. And I have successfully connected Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. Now what I need is I need a file ID. So for that, first I'm going to make this file ID dynamic. So for that I have to click here on this map button, and I'm going to clear this default response. And now I'm going to map my file ID. So I have created a new document by using Google Docs. And after creating that Google document, I have generated a document ID. So I'm going to show you that document ID. So I'm going to open this response of Google Docs. And in the response, we have this document ID. So this is going to be my file ID. So I'm going to use this. So for that, I have to open this response of Google Drive again. I'm going to click here on this file ID tab, and I'm going to open the response of Google Docs. And in the end, I have this document ID. So I'm going to map this. Now I have mapped my file ID. Now what is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to create a new transfer letter by using Google Docs template, then automatically I'm going to generate a new document ID. And by using that document ID, I'm going to make that file shareable. That's why I have made this file ID dynamic. So whenever I'm going to create a new file or a new transfer letter, then automatically that file ID will get shareable. Now I'm going to click on Save and Send Touch to Click button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have made my file shareable with anyone that has the link. So I have this ID which says anyone with link. So this means that whoever is going to have my document link, then he can access my document or the transfer letter. Now in this, what I have is I have this PDF link. So what has happened here is that, so by this link, this document has been converted into PDF. In the PDF format, what is going to happen is that no one can edit my document. So what is going to happen is I'm going to use this PDF link, and I'm going to save this PDF link, or I'm going to save this file in PDF format in my Google Drive in a new folder. So for that, I'm going to go back to my Google Drive. I'm going to go back to my drive. And in this, I'm going to use this folder of transfer letter PDFs. So I will go back to Pabbly Connect. And for saving my PDF file in Google Drive, I have to set up one more Actions tab. And here again, I'm going to use Google Drive. So I'm going to select Google Drive here, and I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and upload a file will be my action event. So I'm going to select that. And now I'm going to connect Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on Connect, and I'm going to use this existing connection because I have already built a Google Drive connection with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to use this existing connection, and I'm going to click on Save. And here we have these three tabs. So first we need a URL. So I have received this URL or the PDF link of my file or my transfer letter in my previous tab of Google Drive where I have made my transfer letter shareable. So I'm going to use that link here. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Drive, and in this I have this PDF link. So I'm going to map this. So this is my file URL, and now I need a folder ID. So for that I have to go back to Google Drive, and in this I'm going to use this folder of transfer letter PDFs. So I'm going to open this. So I'm going to find my folder ID in my path URL. So in my path URL, after this folder slash, I have this ID. So this is going to be my folder ID. So I'm going to copy this. I will go back to Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to paste my folder ID here. Now I need a file name. So I'm going to create a new file name by using the same concept that we have used in Google Docs Actions tab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the name of my employee first. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Sheets. And this is my full name of employee, which is test user. So I'm going to map this. I will give a space, and I'm going to type transfer letter. So this is going to be my file name, which is going to be my employee name, transfer letter PDF. So I have created my transfer letter, and now I'm going to save that transfer letter into a PDF file. So I have filled my file name now. I have filled all the required details. So what I need to do is I need to click on Save and Send Touch to Click button. And here we can see I have received this response. And in the response, I have this status of success. So this means that I have saved this transfer letter PDF file in my Google Drive automatically. Now to check this, I will go to my Google Drive. And in this folder of transfer letter PDF, we can see that I have automatically saved this new file, which is named as test user transfer letter PDF. And in this, I have this transfer letter that we have just created by using Google Docs template. So here we can see that whenever I'm adding a new details in my Google Sheet of the employee that has to get transfer, then automatically by using the Google Docs template, I'm going to create a new transfer letter. After creating that transfer letter, I'm using Google Drive to make that file shareable. After making that file shareable, I'm going to save the PDF format of that transfer letter in my Google Drive. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And here I have built this connection between Google Sheets, Google Docs and Google Drive successfully. So whenever I'm going to add a new employee details in my Google Sheets, then automatically I'm going to generate a new transfer letter for that employee. And I'm going to make that file shareable by using Google Drive. And also I'm going to save that file in a PDF format in my Google Drive. After this, if you want to share this transfer letter on Gmail or WhatsApp or Slack with your employee, you can do that by adding one more action step here. And in the action step, you can add the Gmail, WhatsApp, Slack or any other application that you want to use. So this is how I'm going to generate transfer letter by using Google Sheets and Google Docs. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video. Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this using Pabbly Connect. If you need any help or if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can post them at forum.pabbly.com, or if you have any issue with the pricing of Pabbly, you can connect on this link. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.